The soul is the creator of many, many space-time. The soul is creating many, many identities. I want to say something very important. Space-time is a memory, and it holds the memory of all your actions. And space-time is a kind of identity. And in a way you may say that David Chiu is so and so. It's because of a memory that space-time can hold on to. But the reason why I'm creating this video right now is because I want to explain how space-time is very similar to the construction of a capacitor, an electrical capacitor. Some of you may not know what is electrical capacitor. Let me explain a bit, is all. You have two opposite polarities. One is positive, one is negative. The important thing about the construction of a capacitor is that there is an insulator in between. So although there's a positive and negative, but there's an insulation at the beginning. The circuit is not completed. And because of that, there is a memory. The capacitor holds an energy. Just like a battery, it holds an energy. It doesn't release that energy. And why? Simply because there is no circuit. There's no current flow. And space-time is like a capacitor. So in other words, space-time itself will bring about a lot of intense voltage. Because it is an energy field that is concealed, an energy field that has no let out. There's intensity inside. The polarities are in your mind, and they fight against each other. And you're not releasing it. And because of that, there is suffering. Should I release it? Of course you should. But even if you released a capacitor, a new capacitor will be formed. A new space-time will come out. So in a way you're always in a capacitor. But on the seventh day, which is the seventh day, you have a chance to release the capacitor, enter into divinity, your soul, and get out of space-time for a short while. But you still have to return to space-time, but get it out for a while. Return to God, the One Most High. Find peace and communion with yourself on the seventh day. But all other days, you will still be having a space-time. You will still be a capacitor. The energy is not yet released, and it's always released on the Sabbath. But you don't know about it. But if you know, blessed are you. And we are all capacitors, every one of us, because every one of us is like space-time. And we hold the energy in us through the double opposite polarities. But there will be a moment on the seventh when there is a release out of space-time. But it's a short moment on the seventh. And then the capacitor again is restored. The space-time is again restored. What is interesting before is that we all came from that one source. But for 6 days, we are contained in a space-time. And on the seventh day, we return back to the one source. We don't realize this process, but it is a process that is inevitable every moment to every moment. And interestingly, space-time is like a capacitor, and it contains our identity. It contains a memory. It contains so-called character of that person. But the true identity is, of course, I am, which is outside of space-time. And on the seventh day, we return back to that true identity called I am. But on 6 other days, I am will recreate back the space-time. And we have an identity of that space-time, which we imagine, so-called, in our memory. And for me, it is called David Chiu. And for you, you may have a name. But the truth is that our identity is only I am, and it does not have a name. That's why it is possible that upon near death, you may experience a space-time which differs from the current space-time. A space-time where the information and the memory is different, and this is where you can learn something from. We all survive in different space-time, and we got many space-time. Yeah. And the interaction of all these space-time is part of the learning process. But the truth is that our soul is I am. Always will be eternal and timeless. The soul is the creator of many space-time. The soul is creating many identities. And the person called David Chiu is just inside one of the identities. And that's why communicating with many space-time is vital in order to discover the truth. We cannot think that we alone, I myself, knows everything. David Chiu only knows the perspective of his own existence. He is part of space-time. But there are millions of space-time all over. And this space-time don't just appear in front of me. They are across time. And they are also inside the mind of the person itself. We are living in many space-time within ourselves. They are all separate. And that's why they come to us as dreams, as our thoughts. But they are not exactly me. So therefore, always thinking about myself is not the right way to live. Because you're on the other side as well. Always thinking that David Chiu's self is hurt is not the right way of living. Because myself is on the other side as well. To discover truth is to discover me, the source of all living, not the David Chiu, not the identities that I put on in my other selves, but the me. So a friend of mine was asking me, what is your purpose in life? And I told him my purpose in life is me. Then he said that's a very funny purpose. I don't understand, he said. I mean, is your purpose in life to tell other people about your discoveries? Is your purpose in life to create more and more videos? That's what he asked me for. But I said, these are all just the things we do. They're not the very purpose of life. The purpose is me itself. You couldn't quite understand. And I don't think you understand. So follow my videos. There's more to it than what you see in this world. If you're a religious person, you'll just be thinking, I got the truth. I need to tell you the truth. Gosh, how can a person get the truth from a book? How can a person get the truth from another person? No way. You need to discover me. That's the only truth there is. You have to dig into yourself. Where I am is the source of life. How can you think that a philosophy can be developed by listening, by reading, by following another faith? Just follow yourself.